So, guys, we're seeing this list in front of us, and this is a very interesting topic in Python. We're gonna learn about lists today. Okay, so let's get started. Hey, guys, this is Lokendra, and we are learning lists, and we're using Jupyter notebook for writing our codes. If you wanna do that installation and stuff, see my previous videos. There are other data types also that we've already talked about, that integer and strings. If you want to know about them, just see my previous video in the playlist or in the collections of this Python tutorial series. Okay, so let's get started. So what are lists? Very simple. What are lists? Question is, in general, in our real time, we are always going to some other place to procure some other things, and for that we have a list, right? And lists are just nothing, is a collection of different type of things that we do. For example, I go to a grocery store and I want to purchase multiple different type of things: milk, bread, let's say pulses or something else. These are the collection of different data types. So similarly, in Python also we have lists which behave similarly, right? So they have this type of the elements inside the list can be discrete or of the same type, right? We identify them in the square bracket, and they are, again, just like as we learned in string, they are ordered in nature and are indexed. Okay, so for example, first example that I can think of is, let me take a variable called my L, and then I will use square bracket, and yes, this is the smallest list I can think of. So this prints an empty list. Okay, and if I want to know the type of this, because we know for string we have str, for numbers we have int, and for floats in numbers we have float. Here we get to know that this is of type list. Okay, so similarly, this list is having a special feature, which can have n number of elements, which can be of different type. That means it can contain only numbers, it can contain only floats, it can contain number and floats, it can contain number, float, strings, only strings, float, numbers, dictionaries, which we learn in futures, to and in the it can contain tuples, and it can contain group of objects or something, anything that you can think of. It is just a collection box for people to refer, right? So let's say I give another list, my L1, and I take this as 1 2 3 4 5. So this is a list of numbers, and if I print this, I'll say my L1, you will see that list is getting printed. Okay, and now, very simple, like if we have already talked that these are ordered in nature, that means these are indexed. That means if I want to print my L1, okay, what happened? Print my L1 of 0, and then if I print this, okay, this is, okay, poor Jupyter, this is not a comment, so I'll just write print my L1 and 0, and you will see that this is printing the first index position of the list. So this is the 0th one is at the 0th index, 2 at the first index, this 3 at the second index, and similarly, like we learned in the uh, in the strings, that because they are indexed, and if you want to start printing things from the end, I can use simply -1. So guys, if you have not covered that video till now, just go and read that video. It is really simple and short video to understand strings and their benefits. Okay, so but I'll keep on relating so that you have a quick revision here itself. Okay, so you see that my L1 -1 will give you the last element in the list. Okay, now if I ask you to print the second last element, so I'll say print my L1 and -2. So you'll see that second last element has been printed. Okay, now let's do some operations. Okay, let's take some examples. So let's say if I want to play with this list only, so my L1. So first thing that we can do is assignment. So creating the list ml, and I give this assigned via any older string, and if I print ml, it will just Okay, guys. So if you want to explore the error, you just let me know what is the error. It is saying name ML1 is not defined. Pretty simple, right? Because it was my L1. But you can see that this list has been copied to this list. So this the original list is being moved to this, and this default list remains the same. Now this is assignment. Now if I want to add an element in the list, so what will I do? I will write ml dot push and nothing. Yeah, we have append here dot. Let's see the options first. Ml dot append print ml. See, somehow this options are not getting populated in this database notebook, but yes, there are options which you can try. So let me add one more ml dot append 25 or 56, whatever it is. And if I now print ml again, you'll see that 56 is being added because I executed this again. So multi as number of times you will execute, it will keep on populating it, because here I'm not creating a fresh list. Fresh list is being created above. So that is also thing that you should, it might confuse you, but in real life this whole set of lines will be executed in one shot, so you might not have to worry about it. Okay, but let's say, let me make this a better place to understand. So I will just copy this, paste it here, so that we perform everything in one shot we want. Okay, next thing that we can try operations is like remove an element. So first let me say, like, let me I want to remove things from the last. So if I write ml dot, so there is a pop function available. So pop will do, it will delete something from the last, at the last position. See, 56 was there and now 56 is being removed. Okay, let me see if I can remove from any particular index. So if I want to remove from something with the second index, and I say print ml, yes, see, 3 is removed. And the best part is this pop element is something that you can hold it with you for some reason. Let's say I keep it in the removed variable, something like that, and then I print it, then I know that this remove variable will have the placeholder which has been removed. Okay, this is one of the best thing. Now let's explore some other ml dot uh, uh, extend is also there. We can try pop, remove, reverse. Let's see what does this do. And if I print ml, see, it is just transformed this uh, list from upside down, right? From like it just flipped it. So reverse the list, that's what we have done. Next is like ml dot, let's see what else we can try. Sorting is there. Let's see if we can do a sorting and print ml. Again, it's sorted because earlier we were already taking things in the sorted order, but because of this reversing, we did played the sorting order, and then we again use this sort to just modify the original array, and it was sorted in the index that we want. Okay, now these were the first list of operations that are available with the list, and I think you can give it a try by playing with others also. Okay, now let's try something different. So I told, like, this is a collection of different data sets, so that doesn't mean it will only have numbers. It can have strings, number, strings, integers with float with strings again, and nested lists and so on. Now let me first do so let's do the range part, slice part. Okay, so let's see. If I write my L1 of 1 colon colon, if I just print this, so you know it from the string, we know all this, that this is first index, this is a start, then this is end, and this is a jump. Okay, detailed explanation is being given in the string, but for now also, if you want to revise, this is the first index, which is start, and this is the end index, and this is the jump. So as of now, I'm saying start with 1, go till end, and go till without any jump. So it will see, it's because it is unordered, so it will behave just like in the string. Okay. Similarly, if I want to uh, do something like this, my L1 minus 1 colon colon, see, it printed the last character, right? So that's the beauty of the list. Now next go and see if the concatenation works. Concatenation in lists. So let's say I have this list, which I've already been using it, and the another list can be my L2, and let's say I'm repeating this and I am merging it. So my L is equals to my L1 plus my L2, and print my L. See, so don't presume that this is a plus sign. This is a concatenation sign, and list and Python interpreter takes us in that way manner only, and it just merges both the list and create one new list. Okay, that is concatenation. Now let's do some discrete things. Let me play with this list only. My L1, my L new is equals to my L, and then I will start playing. So let me just my ln dot append, I'll add, let's say I'm adding a grocery, fruits, something like that. And if I just run and print my ln, and you'll see that this is being added. So because yes, because I have had run this 2 times, so it was showing me 2 times. Let me make it cleaner. I'll just copy this, paste it, and then I will run this. You'll see that fruits has been inserted. Okay. Now if you pop is what we have already talked about. Now if you want to insert list inside list, so let's say I have another list, I have a list of uh, list inside list. So what I will do is I will take one more list. Let me get a proper name. Okay, let's say I'm taking a marks. Okay, and I have 4 subjects in which I'm getting some marks like 78, 85, and 90. And now I want to insert this list inside the existing list, my ln. So what I will do is I will use mln dot append, and then I will write marks. And if I just print mln, okay, some spelling mistake, and then here you'll see that this complete list is getting inserted. Now to understand this thing, if I just print mln of -1, then you will see that a separate list is getting printed, because this list is at the last index of this complete list. Okay, so if to understand thing more, then again this is very simple as it is visible, but in real-time programming you might get confused. So we will just see the type of the last index of the list mln is of type list, because we inserted that only, right? So any operation that is supported in the list will be supported in this. And now see this. This is a list which is having numbers, having strings, and again a list. So this is a more of a hybrid list that we can think of. So now what we can see next is like in the list we can replace the any value in the list. Okay, for example, I have, let's say I'm taking my L is equals to list of, let's say, orange, mango, and grapes, and banana, right? And if I want to replace grapes with something, then I can just say my L of, I know the index of grapes, that is 0, 1, 2, and I will write with another fruit that I can think of. Let's say kiwi, and if I print this, it will just simply change this to another it is replaced. So these are uh, this is ordered, this is in ordered nature, and this is these positions are not fixed. So you can not fixed as in like means they are replaceable in nature, right? So that is the advantage or disadvantage I can say we have in list, because it does not stops you from doing this. Also, as you have seen above, it allows duplicacy. So that means if you have any duplicate element, it will have no problem. Why I'm saying these two things, because in future when we learn dictionaries, we may have this as a bottleneck over there. And similarly, we can also change the range values. Let's say I want to replace this mango and grapes with some other fruit in one shot. Then what I can do is my L, and I can write the index 1 and 2, and then pass on the new list of element that, let's say I want to pass. Let's say for mango, I can think of, let's say for now I am going to pass watermelon, and another for grapes I want to pass blueberry. And if I just pass and I change and I print, then you will see that these two elements are getting replaced automatically, completely replaced. So that is there is an advantage of using this range feature, which is available in the list for you to play with. Okay, so we have learned that they can be replaced. They can accept duplicacy, concatenation, ranging, slicing, just like strings we did. And yes, and now let's say you want to add something at some desired index. So add elements at desired index. So in this, normally you will do append, right? So you can use index also, insert. So my L dot insert, and then you can pass on the index position. Let's say I want to insert at the first index position, and I want to add some local fruit, let's say pumpkin or something. If I do this, and if I print my L, then you will see that pumpkin is getting inserted at the first index. Okay. Similarly, if I want to insert, I think you understood. If you want to play around with this, you can insert, keep playing whatever you want to play with. Let me some fruit. Okay, and if I just print the my L again, you'll see that this is being inserted at some random position. Some fruit is being inserted at the fifth position, right? So length function is already there. So if I want to know the length of my L, then you will get to see that this is of the now seventh index. Not seven index, length is 7 now. Similarly, like we have pop, we can also use remove to remove any particular element. So let's say I write my L dot remove, and if I write the name of the key index, that is some fruit, let's say I want to remove, and now if I print my L after this, you will see that this some fruit is being removed, and the updated list is being printed. And of course pop is there. So pop, we can use, we've already tried that. Like if you want to uh, use pop, it will just remove the last uh, element of the order. So it is just something which deletes from the last, right? And there's another utility called del which is available. So you can just write del and then write my L, and you can pass on the index. Let's say I want to delete something on the first index, and if I print this my L now, you will see at the bottom here, you will see that this from the first index, which was pumpkin, which was deleted. Okay, so two theories are there. Remove is there, pop is there, and del is there. So in remove, you will have to pass on the name of the element, and pop, it will automatically delete the last element, or you can also pass on the index just like in string, and or maybe in the list also, and then we have a del, which just like works like pop, but you will have to pass on the index position for the del to work. So there are other things also that you can do in the list, like you can perform in range are there. So this is something that we will put some conditions around it. This is something that we'll do when we learn the if else and decision making and the looping in the Python. So keep following this video. We'll have that video also, which will again kind of revise this, and also will learn in the loop section. So guys, this was all about lists. So we have understood how the lists are work, how they have been created, and how they are operated. So for you, I'll just give you a couple of assignments. Maybe you guys can try and just post your answers in the comments. So write a program in the Python and to take 5 marks of a subject in a list and find the sum of them, and then the average. Okay guys, so you can just post your comment in case you have any issues, and also just let me know if you have any problem. And do subscribe the channel for related videos. See you in the next video. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.